Hey, what's up guys? It's El Toro Ryan here. So right here we have El Toro, the giant wooden roller coaster that gives this channel half of its identity. It's a roller coaster I worked from 2014 to 2017 and I hold it near and dear to my heart. I'm sure many of you are already aware of this, but last week on Thursday, on August 25th, the ride suffered yet another accident. So in this most recent accident, it's been reported that the train hit a violent jolt towards the end of the ride and that it injured 13 riders. We're talking various neck and back injuries, and some riders even bit their tongues and split open their lips. So it really doesn't sound that good. And this follows up another accident that took place last summer on June 29th, where the back car of a train partially derailed and was dragged through the entire ride, and it caused the train to come to a stop before the train completed its cycle, and the ride ended up ripping up a bunch of track rails. And just so everyone knows, this is not a full problematic roller coasters video. Obviously I'm here in person and I'm just talking to a camera. Yeah, this problematic roller coaster running right behind me. But I've received countless comments asking me about what happened on El Toro, and I'm just gonna give you guys this quick video just to tell you guys what I know and what the park has officially said themselves, and nothing really more than that. And now I do plan on making a full problematic roller coasters video on El Toro. I have done one on like Intamin prefabricated wooden roller coasters before, but never one just on El Toro itself. And after all the stuff going on, yeah, let's go for it. But in this video, I'm just gonna give you guys an update on the statements that Great Adventure has put out themselves on the accident, and then I'll combine that with some of the details I've heard beyond that. Now first, I'd like to say that my thoughts and prayers go out to those who were injured on El Toro last Thursday. I wish you all a speedy recovery, and I really hope that you're all doing well and that there's no long-lasting health effects from that accident. The initial report was that 14 people were injured on the roller coaster and that 5 had to be taken to the hospital for further evaluation and treatment. The next day on Friday, the report went down to 13 riders total who were injured, but still that's a lot of people who got hurt and they shouldn't have at all. Great Adventure released a statement last Friday, August 26th, that stated, "The ride completed its normal cycle and all guests exited the ride without need of assistance. The ride will remain closed for inspection. Any maintenance and repairs necessary will be completed, and the ride will be re-inspected by our engineers, maintenance professionals, our third-party independent safety inspectors, and the state of New Jersey prior to reopening." And then earlier today on August 30th, the park released another statement saying, "An initial careful review of the entire ride indicates that primary and backup safety systems of the ride ensured the train completed its ride cycle safely. Experts discovered a section of the ride substructure that requires repair. The ride will remain closed to complete the review and make necessary repairs. Prior to reopening, the ride will be inspected again, including evaluations by the state of New Jersey and an independent ride safety expert. Once approved by our engineers, maintenance, and operations professionals, the ride will reopen." Some early reports indicated that the train may have hit a really bad pothole coming out of the third hill into the large turnaround near the lake, and some other reports even said that the train apparently lurched forward as guests were exiting the ride once it came back to the station, which I'm not sure were entirely true. But what I had heard before the park made this latest statement is that the ride did suffer a structural failure somewhere along the end of the twister section. Like on this last turn here, as the train is rising up into that twisted floater airtime hill. The park's latest statement now does hint that it was a structural failure, and they even hint that it was the substructure itself. They just don't confirm where on the ride this happened, but with what I heard from before, it kind of adds up. And when the park says the substructure, that doesn't mean the superstructure. So the superstructure is actually what you can see from right here. So that's basically all of the structure that rises above the ground. The substructure is basically like the concrete footing, so what transfers the loads and forces from the superstructure into the ground. And the accident having to do with the substructure also aligns with what I've heard. Now, the fact that any kind of structural failure occurred on El Toro actually shocks me, because this is not a normal wooden roller coaster. It's built just like a steel roller coaster, and every single piece of that ride was pre-cut and pre-shaped in Germany and was shipped to the United States to be assembled like a Lego set. So it's built with extreme precision, and the ride also features a lot of additional structure and reinforcements that most wooden coasters don't have. That's something that I can highlight in the problematic roller coasters video on it. And beyond that, the ride has really never been known to have structural issues. It's been known to have a lot of other issues, but nothing with the structure. And overall, this does remind me of the accident that occurred on Son of Beast at Kings Island back in 2006. The difference though is with Son of Beast's accident, that had to do with the superstructure of the ride, where this has to do with the substructure. And with El Toro never really having any issues with the structure in the past, I am very curious how this accident happened. I don't think it has anything to do with the accident that happened in 2021. The 2021 incident was due to a design flaw with these Intamin prefabricated roller coasters that unfortunately went unnoticed until last year when the train partially derailed. The cause of the derailment was since remedied, and that's not possible anymore. Now, do I think that El Toro will be closed forever? Not necessarily. The park's latest statements does make it sound like they hope to reopen the ride following repairs and reevaluations. But what could prevent the ride from reopening is New Jersey's Department of Community Affairs, who has the say of whether the ride is safe to operate or not. And if this accident was caused by an oversight in maintenance, that's absolutely shameful. Rides like El Toro are designed and built to be very safe, and when I worked the roller coaster, I would tell guests that they were safer on the roller coaster than they were driving to or from this park. But that only remains true if the rides are given the attention they need and maintained properly. So I think that'll do it for this little update video. Again, to any of the riders who were involved or affected by El Toro's accident last Thursday, I wish you all a speedy recovery, and I hope that you're all okay following the accident. I'll try to update you guys as I hear any more information on the ride, and do look out for that problematic roller coasters video on El Toro. I can't guarantee that video will come out anytime soon. Those do take a long time to make, but I am going to start working on it. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.